What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We are back from our Christmas hiatus. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys spent a lot of time with some family. I know I did, but I'm back. I'm refreshed, and here today we're rebuilding the Baltimore Ravens. Before we get in this video though, guys, if you could help me grow this channel a little bit, it would be greatly appreciated. Leave a like and of course subscribe to this channel if you have not already. We've been grinding over here other than obviously the 3-day little vacation for Christmas. But other than that, man, I've had a blast over here, so I would appreciate you guys joining me over here. But man, oh man, what a year it has been for the Baltimore Ravens, and we have to give credit where it's due. This team has fought really hard this year, despite all the injuries they have dealt with. They, kind of lost both their running backs before the season even started. They lost Marcus Peters before the season even started. Martin Humphrey eventually went down. This team has dealt with injuries like crazy. Of course, they've also lost 2 games by going for 2 instead of just going for the extra point. But I can tell you right now, once we generate the best lineup, this team is probably going to look a lot different than what it looks like right now. So based off obviously all the injuries they've dealt with. So once we put together the best lineup, it looks okay. Offensive line looks a little bit different, but of course you have J.K. Dobbins, we have Gus Edwards, Devonta Freeman was signed because of the 2 injuries. Got Marquise Brown, Rashad Bateman, Sammy Watkins. So Rashad Bateman's going to be a huge wide receiver next to Marquise Brown. Of course, Mark Andrews is one of the best tight ends in the league. The offensive line needs improvement, it looks like, so we'll definitely be improving that. And then on the defense side of the ball, we have Patrick Queen, Deshaun Elliott, Chuck Clark. You got Marcus Peters, of course, like I said, who went down. Brandon Williams, Derek Wolfe. So not too bad on the defense. There could, be some things we can improve. And of course, we're going to obviously start with some trades like we usually do. The veterans need to get out of here. Like Calais Campbell's going to go down overall like fast. So we're definitely going to be probably making a lot of trades to start this off. So Lamar Jackson, J.K. Dobbins, and Rashad Bateman is great. We'll keep Watkins for now. Wide receiver room is probably not going to change. What we really need to focus on is the offensive line and the defensive linebacker spot. As well, of course, when we trade Calais Campbell. But it looks like we actually have a star development right behind him. So we could probably just boost him up there. And then we could just get rid of Calais Campbell, who's going to go down overall anyway. And then, of course, we have Marcus Peters. And then we also have Marlon Humphrey. And then Jimmy Smith is only normal development, too. So we could probably trade him as well. So there's definitely a lot we can do here, which we're going to be doing. We're going to try to improve this team as quick as possible. Try to get this team where they belong. And let's go ahead and start with trading a lot of players away. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props website that allows you bet overs or unders on players, and all you're doing is going up against numbers. Let me show you how it works. So during the Christmas holidays season, while I was taking a little bit of a break, I decided, to play some Prize Picks like I usually do, and I had some pretty good success. Thursday, December 23rd, bet the over on Deebo Samuel's 40.5 receiving yards. Absolutely crushed that number. It was so low. And Ryan Tannehill squeezed by with over 3 completions for 19 pass completions. Got myself a huge win there. And then on Christmas Day, the Knicks and the Hawks, I decided to obviously take Prize Picks promo that they were doing, having Julius Randle listed at 0.5 points. And then John Collins barely squeezed by with 20 over 19.5. But hey, that's still a win. Almost still counts. And then also on Christmas Day, LeBron James also was listed as a promo, only over half a point, and of course he crushed it with 39. And I went over on Kyler Murray's rushing yards because I thought it was super low, and he decided to obviously get 69. If you would like to join in on this fun, the link's in the description. Use promo code Crushables when you sign up. So the first trade we're going to be making is sending Kevin Zeitler and Calais Campbell over to the Carolina Panthers for a right tackle, a left outside linebacker, and a right outside linebacker. So we get some Hassan Reddick, Shaq Thompson, and T. Moten. Just like that, the offensive line is improved a little bit with a right tackle over there. And of course, the defensive line is improved as well, or the linebacker spot is improved as well, as Reddick with Shaq Thompson coming over here. So still more moves to be made, but I feel pretty good about that first little bit of things we did there. So Derek Wolfe, secondary, other than strong safety, needs improved. We do need another middle linebacker. Of course, there's a lot that still needs improved on the offensive line. But we could probably just go ahead and grab a center and then probably focus on the guards in the offseason. But there's definitely more moves to be made here. But I feel pretty good about the first little bit that we were able to do with that first initial trade. So the next trade we're going to be making is sending Brandon Williams and Jimmy Smith over to the Miami Dolphins for a star corner and a normal development middle linebacker, which my hope is that Baker can somehow develop into a star middle linebacker, but for now, of course, he is not going to be. We're still going to have Patrick Queen starting, of course. We'll have LJ Fort in here as well, 31 years old, so probably could go ahead and move him as well. But really, we're not improving too much in the positions we really need because it's kind of tough. A lot of these guys aren't interesting on the market, but we do have a nice star development corner, obviously, that we got. So we do have 3 corners we can rely on. So really, we need to improve the defensive tackle spot because we always know there's going to be a strong safety. There's always going to be a middle linebacker in free agency. So we can go ahead and improve on those 2 positions in free agency. But defensive tackle is definitely going to be something we need to go ahead and hit on before we start simulating this first season. So the last move before we call it a first initial trade spot, that is going to be defensive tackle we go ahead and grab from the New York Jets. So offensive line still needs a lot of improvement. We were able to get a tackle, but this is going to be our defense. So defensive line has improved a little bit. Derek Wolfe is probably going to be another guy we're going to have to upgrade eventually. He is 31 years old. It's probably going to be on an overall, but for now it's fine. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Deshaun Elliott, Chuck Clark at the safety spots. The linebacking core looks a little bit better. Hopefully Jerome Baker, like I said, can find a way to maybe get to star development. He's only 24 years old, so it's possible, but I'm not banking on it. But we're going to go ahead and simulate to the end of this first season. Probably stop the midseason market, of course, negotiate with some people. But offensive line needs improvement. I like the weapons we have on offense. Hopefully J.K. Dobbins has a really good year. Well, let's go ahead and simulate this first season with all the moves we have made, and let's see if we can have ourselves a playoff type year. So season number 1 comes to an end, and we finish up 7-10. Not a good year at all in this first initial season. There's definitely going to be more moves to be made, obviously, but really unfortunate year. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats, maybe see what went wrong. I mean, this team is not terrible. Definitely needs a little bit of improvement on the offensive line and all that. Lamar, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Rushing wise, J.K. Dobbins with 900 yards. Lamar also at 870. 12 rushing touchdowns on the ground for Dobbins, though. We had Marquise Brown with 920 yards. Sammy Watkins with 800. Then Mark Andrews with 800. Then Rashad Bateman with 4 touchdowns. Marquise Brown with 7. Sammy Watkins. So, decent year, but then defensively, we take a look. Sacks wise, we had 14 from Hassan Reddick. So that was a really nice addition to the team. And then Shaq Thompson with 4 interceptions at the outside linebacker position, which is great. And then we actually had 1 defensive touchdown from Patrick Queen. So, very disappointing year. And the bad part about all of this at the end of the day is we literally have little to no cap space. So, definitely going to have to see why that is. Of course, we're going to go ahead and simulate to the offseason, though we can kind of get to where we need to be. We have a few free agents, nothing crazy. So, that's good since, like, we literally have, like, no cap space. But the season recap, this is what it looks like. So, we had the Kansas City Chiefs absolutely plummeting the Green Bay Packers. Super Bowl MVP or Super Bowl champion goes to, or the Super Bowl MVP, like I said, Mahomes, and then Aaron Rodgers wins NFL MVP. Matt Rule, Coach of the Year, Will Mack, Justin Fields, and Jeremiah Owusu. I can't say his name. All right, let's get into the offseason where we need to improve the team drastically because obviously 7-10 is not good enough. It's not good enough. So we definitely need to make improvements. So we have 3 players that I was actually able to negotiate with one of them and get them to sign already. Actually, we have even more, so never mind. That's actually not good. So we're going to need Hassan Reddick, who just got 14.5 sacks for us. I definitely wanted Deshaun Elliott as well, so let's just go ahead and get started with Hassan Reddick. And actually, we're not going to have money to even sign him back. Actually, we got him. That was about it. That was like about all the money that we had. So we're going to probably need to get Deshaun Elliott back as well. We're going to have to see who's making all the money on this team. Thanks for the offer, but it's not interesting. Sign up and franchise tag him. It would cost us $9.5 million. And honestly, I'm going to do it because I can't afford to lose him. So I'm going to go ahead and grab him, franchise tag Deshaun Elliott. We're not going to be able to get anybody else out here. I got to figure out who's making all the money on this team. That way we can kind of maybe improve our cap space situation because we need to make more moves. And having no cap space is not going to be good for us. So Moden was making a lot of money on this team, so we're going to go ahead and trade him away for James Daniels and Taylor Jenkins. So yeah, we have literally no money. Like, there's just none, and trying to get money freed up is going to be pretty tough. I could free up $23 million by releasing Lamar Jackson, but obviously that doesn't help me. So yeah, the rest of the moves are going to have to come via trade. We're not going to be able to sign anybody in free agency. So let's go ahead and move Jenkins to the right tackle. Or Tevin Jenkins, I should say. Let's move him to the right tackle. And definitely more moves to be made. But with little to no cap room, we're going to have to get pretty creative here. We're going to have a first-round pick in our arsenal, which is good. So we'll have to see how high our draft pick is. But yeah, the offensive line, I guess, improved a little bit. Lamar's up to a superstar X factor. So, I mean, we definitely need a center. We need a left guard. We'll definitely focus on that. Rashad Bateman is a star. Need a middle linebacker. Jerome Baker did not go up. Derek Wolfe is down in overall. So it looks like Baker, Clark, and guys like that are going to be the guys we're going to have to trade away in order to improve their positions. But other than that, we're stuck with what we got. So let's go ahead and try our best to improve the defense first, and then we'll focus on trying to get a center or whatever it may be. So this next move we're going to be making is sending Shaq Thompson and Jerome Baker over to the Washington football team for Cameron Curl and Jamin Davis. The reason why we did this is because we actually had an outside linebacker who was kind of hidden down in the depth chart who has star development. So now that gives us 2 middle linebackers with star development. So we'll have obviously Jamin Davis eventually take over the other middle linebacker spot. So all of our linebackers will have star development, but unfortunately for now, he's kind of buried in the depth chart, but he'll eventually take over. So we'll have that. Cameron Curl is now our brand new strong safety. So basically what we need to do now is improve the left end spot. That's where we're really lacking. And then of course we'll focus on the offensive side of the ball in a second. So now that we have pretty much the linebacker core solved, now we really need to just focus on the safety or focus on the defensive end. So just a simple move with the Chicago Bears to get ourselves a star development right in, and just like that, the defense is pretty much solved. Could use some more star power over here, but for the most part, we need to move, of course, I guess it'd be this guy over to the left end. So we'll move him over to the left end and have that be our defensive line. So trying to figure out what we need to move, and boom. So now we'll have a defense that looks solid. It's not the most fantastic defense, but we do have a star development outside linebacker. We have a superstar development outside linebacker and a superstar development corner. So defensively, everything looks pretty solid, not too shabby. But looking at the offense, of course, we still desperately need to improve the offensive line. Now, I think I've given myself a little bit of money to spend in free agency, which is good. So I should be able to sign, I think, at least one person. We have $15 million in cap space. What I really want to do is escape with a guard out of this. I guess a wide receiver would be cool as well, but I think we need a guard more than anything. So I know usually Austin Corbett hits the market. So if he is here, he is not. Okay, so we are actually not going to be getting anybody in free agency, unless if there's a star center, but no, there's not. So, wow, that's unfortunate. We do have $15 million, though, like I said. So we could go out in free agency and get like a Chris Godwin or something crazy like that if we wanted to. $15 million cap hit. This actually... Let's see, what would his cap hit be if I did want to sign him? Be $12 million. If we just offered this, I'm just curious. If we got Lamar Jackson weapon like this, yeah, we're not even going to be close to getting anybody like that. So, yeah, not going to be able to get anybody in free agency, really. So, again, we're going to have to go straight to more trades. So, which we've been doing a decent job at getting some good players here and there. So no guards or no centers out of free agency. We're going straight back to the trades. So to go ahead and get ourselves a center, I'm going to be getting Cushenberry the third from the Denver Broncos. So that's going to give ourselves a star center. So that's going to be one offensive lineman down. So we'll have a star center now. They will probably still have Lloyd Cushenberry has taken over. It looks like we have a star development left guard as well, who is a 70 overall in Tyree Phillips, but obviously being a 70 overall, I can't really count on him being the left guard of the future. So I think one more trade and we're going to be ready. I think one more trade is going to put this team to where I want it to be. Then hopefully next offseason we find a miracle way to have cap space. I'm not really sure. But let's go ahead and make that last trade for a left guard or just a guard in general. And we'll be ready for this next season. So the last move I think we're going to be making is getting Vera Tucker from the New York Jets. And just like that, we have a star development at least at every position, which is usually what we try to accomplish. So 86 overall team, definitely a huge improvement. I'm not done yet, though. I'm hoping by some miracle way we'll have cap space next offseason just because that would be huge. So we are going to have a draft pick as well, which is obviously going to be important. So we have the 11th pick in the draft. The draft is usually pretty tough, but hopefully we're able to find a way to get someone in the draft that's going to help me. But I'm not really sure. We'll see. Hopefully I, get lucky and draft a really good player, but not counting on it because obviously, as we know, the draft is really tough in Madden. But for the most part, I feel pretty good about what we've accomplished thus far. Hopefully next offseason where we can make like a banger team. So here we are in the NFL draft, and who are we going to be taking? So I know Charles Cross can actually be a star development tackle, so that could maybe give me some leeway in the future. But I have drafted him quite a bit, so maybe I need to focus on trying to figure out if someone else is a good development. Pursuit is a C, Christian Harris. And then we have B, man coverage, play recognition, finesse moves. Sure, why not? I'll take a gamble. He has hidden development. Okay, let's go. Christian Harris was a very, very solid piece of this team, so I feel pretty good about that. That is going to be, actually, we have a second round pick as well that we can try to maybe grab something with. So we made a good pick. Awesome. Usually I'm pretty bad at that, but now we have a good middle linebacker in Christian Harris. We have Kenyon Green. So a left guard we can go ahead and take a chance on. Kingsley, Justin Ross. We could take out another wide receiver here, which actually wouldn't be too shabby of an idea. It'd be release. Skills wise, he has A release, A stiff arm, A injury, B carrying, A awareness. We'll take a chance on him. He has hidden development. Let's go. Wait, did I get him? Yeah, so we got a hidden development wide receiver. So just like that, the first 2 rounds in the draft, your boy is making good selections. All right, I feel pretty good about myself. Round 3, pick 11. We'll make one more selection and I'll call it good. So let's see if I can go for 3 for 3 here. I highly doubt it. Kenyon Green was available earlier. Do I go ahead and just take a chance on him? He has C awareness, B impact block, C pass block, D run block. No, I'm not taking a chance on that. Okay. What else do we got? 100% completion scouting on him as well. Corner, we could take another corner maybe. Trent McDuffie. C press. What else he's got? C stamina, C kick return, F injury. Oh my gosh. Okay. Probably not going to be getting a good player with this selection, but you know what? Maybe Thayer Munford. C awareness. What else we got? We only have 50 seconds left. D lead block. There's really no one here that I want. Okay. You know what? Without even scouting him, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and take the defensive tackle. He has B power move, so hopefully maybe he's good. He actually has hidden development. Let's freaking go, baby. 3 for 3. Let's get straight into this next season now. We have 3 great selections on our hand. I feel really good. So once again, this team, pretty disappointing. 8-9 on the season. Did not get ourselves a playoff spot once again. Very, very disappointed. I thought for sure this team was going to make the playoffs this next season, and they did not. So wild card round was not going to go to us. 8-9. The Bengals and the Browns were better. The Browns have been really good throughout the video. If we go ahead and take a look at the stats, 30 passing touchdowns from Lamar, 6 interceptions. Rushing wise, 1,100 yards from J.K. Dobbins, and receiving 9 touchdowns, of course. Marquise Brown, 1,200 yards, who I just re-signed. And then we also had a wide receiver. Who was the wide receiver I drafted again? I don't really see him here at all, unless if I'm missing him. No, I don't see him on in the receiving category at all. Okay, defensively, sacks-wise, we had 10.5 from Son Reddick, 5 from Blake Nichols, and then not too bad in the interceptions. We had 3 from Marcus Peters. So, very, very disappointed. Obviously wanted to be in the playoffs, and we are still not in there. So, yeah, another offseason needed for improvement. 91 overall offense, 87 overall defense. We are going to have some cap room a little bit, though, in this free agency, which is good. $78 million. One player we do have to resign, though, is Lamar Jackson, who's going to take a majority of that money, of course. If we take a little recap, it looks like the Browns actually won a Super Bowl. MVP Nick Chubb. Coach of the Year Zach Taylor. Defense player Khalil Mack. And Offensive Rookie of the Year was Sam Howell. All right. Here we go. We got ourselves another huge offseason where we need to improve a little bit. So we gotta make the playoffs before this video is over. It just can't end in a way where I don't make the playoffs one time with the Baltimore Ravens. It'd be insane. So yeah, like I said, we actually have 2 free agents who are pretty important. One of them is Marcus Peters, though. I'm content with letting Marcus Peters walk because he is a normal development now, which is why I did not re-sign him at the midseason mark. So I'm glad I didn't. But Lamar Jackson, of course, we can't afford to let Lamar walk at all. That would just be a terrible, terrible move on my part. So his cap hit is going to be insane, but he is, like it or not, the quarterback of the future of the Baltimore Ravens. Whether you like him or you hate him, he's probably going to be the future. So we're going to be making the offer, and Lamar Jackson is our quarterback again. So $38 million in cap space to work with. So that should be able to get us something. We drafted a lot of good players, so we're going to free agency with a little bit of money to spend, which is better than last year, of course. I guess $31. But if we take a look at the lineup, we got to get someone who's going to push us over the edge, really. It's just how it's going to be. Offensive line, I'm not going to be focused on too much. The offense, I don't think I'm going to be focused on. I like what we have on offense. Justin Ross, 77 overall star development now. Defensively, we have Christian Harris, who's star development. We don't have a corner. So I guess our main priority is going to be getting a corner. So if we get like a stud corner, Hassan Reddick went down to star development. Unfortunately, he was superstar, but went down to star. So I guess our big acquisition should be a corner. I mean, it's pretty much painted red and blue. We need a cornerback. So let's go ahead and sign a free agent, $31 million. Is there a stud corner out here? We have Aaron Rodgers. We have Kareem Hunt. We have Zadarius Smith, Deron Payne, Kelsey, Montez Sweat, Pollard, Peters. Yeah, Marcus Peters is the best corner available. So a little disappointed. We can get Sean Murphy Bunting to be a corner. So I guess what we could do is just get like Sean Murphy Bunting, who's 26 years old, to be a solid corner. So that might have to be my honestly big acquisition. So we're going to go ahead and go for Sean Murphy Bunting to try to get him to be our corner. Or what we could do, if we decide not to go this route, 104 total point offer. We are his #1 offer by a mile. So if we get him, I think the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make a big trade. I think that's what we have to do. So probably try to get like a superstar X factor here. If we get Sean Murphy Bunting, he does accept. So we get ourselves a corner. $23 million available. We have quite a bit of depth. So what I think I want to do is look at what we need. So offensively, I don't think we really need much to improve. I like the weapons we have. That's all legit. Defensively, though, maybe we can get like some impact player here, I think, because we have 2 middle linebackers or start, 3 middle linebackers or star development. We have a, I guess we could maybe get like another corner in free agency, which we could do. Looks like a defensive tackle star development. There's just so much we can do here. So what I want to do is I want to try to get myself a superstar X factor on the defensive side of the ball to try to push this team where I want them to be. So how easy is that going to be? I have no idea, but we're going to give it a shot. Okay, just like that, we have probably one of the best cornerback tandems in the NFL. 2 first-round picks for Jalen freaking Ramsey. I did not expect that to go through, but Martin Humphrey and Jalen Ramsey. That is absolutely insane. Holy crap. I did not expect that to go through. Wow, 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 wow. I am so pumped right now. Okay, this is the defense now. Jalen freaking Ramsey, bro. Jalen freaking Ramsey. Now I have 3 corners. Offense looks good. That was the move. That was the move I wanted to make, and we were able to do it. Jalen Ramsey, one of the best corners, if not the best corner in the NFL. We have to make the playoffs after that. We have to. There's no way we don't. Let's go into this next season. We traded all of our draft picks to get to this point. Next season, let's get it. So just like that, finally, we made the damn playoffs in this video, and we actually won our division. And guess what? We get to play the Cleveland Browns, a division rival. So have to feel really good about that. 11-6, finally, we made the damn playoffs, man. It was a long time coming. Thought it was going to happen at least twice in this video, but nope. If we go ahead and take a look at the stats of the season, we had 31 touchdowns, Lamar Jackson, 13 interceptions. Rushing-wise, J.K. Dobbins with 1,300 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. Lamar also had 10 rushing. Gus Edwards with 16 rushing touchdowns. What an absolute beast. In the receiving, nobody in the 1,000-yard category, but that's because obviously this is more of a passing offense. We have Justin Ross only 5 receptions on the season. That's interesting. And then touchdowns-wise, obviously Marquise Brown, 8 tutties. And then defensively, let's go ahead and take a look. As interceptions-wise, Jalen Ramsey grabbed 6 interceptions. Kevin Curl had 3. Marlon Humphrey had 1. And then sacks-wise, we had 7 from, I don't even know how to say this guy's name, but you see his name. 7 sacks, and then 5, and then 4. Hassan Reddick with only 2.5. So after that freak season out of Hassan Reddick, he kind of took a step down. A little unfortunate, but all right. Here we go. And of course, we have the best kicker in the league in Justin Tucker. So can we please get past the first round in the Cleveland Browns? We are playing Myles Garrett in the Browns. Hopefully, we are at home. I would hate for this to end off on a 1 playoff matchup, and that's it. All right, here we go. Somebody next week against Cleveland. Please, Madden, let me win this one. And we are going to lose 38-17. Wow, man. Such a disappointing end to the video, bro. That sucks so bad. Okay. Damn. 38-17. Didn't even get close to winning that game. We got absolutely obliterated, man. Absolutely unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But at the end of the day, I am proud of the roster we put together. I am. So, offensive line improved a lot. Maybe we could have upgraded the wide receiver core a little bit. But getting Jalen Ramsey and Marlon Humphrey, I mean, that was definitely made my day. But unfortunately, it did not mean anything. We ended up losing in the first round. At least we got to the playoffs in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. But for now, it's Crushables 2 saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.